Hi everyone, my name's Christina and welcome to the 2021 Rookies interview series. My name's Christina Ryan and I'm a senior texture artist at Industrial Light and Magic. I'm also the judge on the Rookies and the host of this interview series. That amazing work was the work of Adam Karlsson, and he was the Rookie of the Year in our architectural visualization category. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome Adam. Hi Adam.
Hello guys. Hello.
So happy to have you on board and thank you for joining.
It's fun to be here.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure.
So as always, guys, for those of you in the audience, I mean, I've got some questions for you, Adam, but it's always really great when the audience can be interactive and ask them questions as well. So feel free to pop some questions in the chat and I'll pass them through to Adam. Yeah, Adam, thanks for joining. Are you able to start off by just telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Adam. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Sweden. Right now I'm in Spain, and I've been I've been interested in design and doing creative stuff for a long time ago, but it was like it was like 2 years ago. I decided to do archviz, and I mean, I've always been interested in creating stuff, so for me it was quite normal. But yeah, so I've been studying in game assembly in Malmö. So first of all, I wasn't sure if I was going to do the whole school, because I decided to change to the archviz industry, and I was in a game school. But it turned out it was pretty good timing, because as we all know, the industry is moving to real time. So so I decided to stay, and now I have my own company since 5 months ago back. So it's really fun. Winning the rookies was a fun journey as well.
Oh, no, that's amazing. And your work spoke for itself. It was incredibly, like, not only informative, interactive, but incredibly cinematic as well. Everything was presented fantastically. And
Yeah.
so I mean, I would love, you said you owned your own company. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing with that?
Yeah, so it was like right after I took my degree, I was thinking to apply for companies, and I was looking, all over the world, and different cities, and in the middle of like the Corona pandemic, I decided to, okay, let me try to work from home. So, and it turned out pretty good. So I was like, it was more that, okay, maybe I need to start a company, because it's like more better for taxes and that kind of stuff. So so I decided to just start. I didn't know so much. So yeah, it was actually I just tried to start my company, and it turned out good. And I got a good branding from the rookies as well. So
Incredible.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's amazing. And I mean, are you able to tell us a little bit about what your company does? And, I'd also be interested to hear, do you have a background in business? Because, I mean, that's an incredible feat to be able to just start your own company like that. A lot of work.
Actually, no one in my family has like any business like experience from that. But
First one.
it was more like, I mean, used to be such a big community and Google and everything. So I mean, you can learn anything you want. Like I didn't know anything from the beginning. Everything was very new for me, and yeah. So like what my company does is, right now I'm the independent, so I'm the only one. But I'm currently looking for more people to be able to join with me, because I know there is a lot of freelancers and other talented artists that looking for jobs, but are very like talented. So that's what I'm focusing on now, and I'm doing. I would say I do a lot of automotive stuff. I've been involved in the Lexus concept car they released like 8 months ago, I think. So I did some shots for that one, and then I did also. I do some architecture stuff, but I would say it's really like real time is really coming to automotive very fast. Like the automotive industry is really good at picking up the new things. So I'm working a lot with Mercedes and Lexus. So it's really fun journey.
Wow. Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, I can hear that's my video.
Yeah, sorry, I played a video and I don't know how to stop it. There we go. See, technical errors. So I guess, in terms of, coming into the architectural industry, you said you've wanted to do it for a little while.
Yeah.
You also mentioned your school. So how long ago did you decide you wanted to get into archviz, and how long was your study period for?
The school was almost like 2.5 years in total, and it was like 8 months internship. So like after 1 year, I decided to like have a meeting with my teacher, and I said, look, I need to do something else, because I'm not that interested in games anymore, but I know I'm really popular in archviz. So I mean, I just try to. No, I can hear myself.
Oh, you can hear yourself a little bit? 1 second.
Yeah.
There you go. Keep going.
Okay, so yeah, I can still hear myself.
Just turn myself off. I'll turn my speaker off when you talk and it should be right, okay? See how you go.
Okay. No, it's not working. Hello? Yeah. No, it's still.
1 second. I'll just turn everything down. Are you able to keep going, Sir Adam?
Yes. No, I can still hear myself.
All right. Sorry, Adam. 1 second.
No worries. Okay, now we're good.
Yeah, if you could give it another go, I'll try and turn yourself down and just give me a negative or a good, whether it's good, all right?
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
No, so I decided to, after 1 year in school, decided to switch to focus more on architecture stuff, and I didn't have any like experience in that. So, but I mean, I've always been interested in like design and how to present stuff and that kind of way. And also I have a experience in graphic design. That's what I did before a long time ago. So everything was quite normal to me. I mean, I could see colors and everything matched together good. So the school was 2.5 years, and then my internship 8 years. I spent 8 years on IKEA. Yes, it's a typical Swedish thing, but
I love IKEA.
yeah, but so yeah, it was the first like the main center I worked with, and I started to do, because they only focus on V-Ray stuff there. So I was like focusing on real time, and I was the only one developing that. So it was fun. It's a lot of good people there. So really exciting.
Oh, wicked. All right. Well, I'm thinking we might have a chat about your rookies, like your actual entry now. I think where the problem was coming in was when I was sharing the screen. I think I had some computer audio coming through. So I'm going to share that again. And you just let me know if you get the read the feedback, all right? All right. So I'm just going to be starting to play some images in the background, just some stills of your work. And so I was hoping, Adam, can you let me know, like, what made you enter the Rookies Awards? How did you hear about us?
It was like my teacher. They're very good at picking up things you should do. So he said like to all in our class that we should enter the Rookies, and so we did, and it was like just a fun thing. First year was I just put out everything, and I was excited because I think it was a fun competition. But then I got to the finalist spot, and I was a bit surprised because like I didn't have so much. I didn't have so much experience in that time. So like the second year, I decided to enter as well, and I really wanted to like be much better and learn from last year. And like I think my other classmates didn't enter anymore because they have already like got their internship and that type of stuff. So the second year was more for me to learn new stuff and be better in Unreal, and like have some branding materials for me to be able to search jobs for, because I didn't have like the super strong portfolio because I was so new in archviz. And yeah, I did some archviz project, and also I just tried to do an automotive project because I was just thinking I think it was fun, and it turned out very good. Like as you see now, I'm working more like with automotive companies. So and the last year, like 2021, was more like about winning because I hate to lose. So yeah, it was actually not so much about branding because I already have pretty many projects in the package. So like it was more about winning, and I think it was a few more people in the rookies that entered with real-time project. My other friend Wessel was really doing a good job as well, and I think I had a better chance this year because it's hard to like if you want to compare yourself against offline renders. I think it's a different kind of it's a different kind of software, and it works very differently. So this year I think it was better for me because I have more projects in and experience. So
yeah, well, you can certainly see your experience like shining through. As I said before, everything's incredibly cinematic and very, well presented. Are you able to tell me a little bit more about each of these entries and perhaps a little bit behind your inspiration for creating
yes,
them?
so the 600C, which we see now, is it's based on architect who did this apartment, and so I built up everything from scratch, like not the models, but like some of them, and I tried to keep it like this was like my first project that I learned baking light, and so everything was very, very new for me. I think I spent like 5-6 weeks on this maybe because everything was new for me. I didn't know anything about lighting and everything. So that was actually from last year entry. No, the 600C, the one we showed you. You showed me like
yeah. I'm just sort of going through different images as you talk.
Yeah, and then like I wanted to do something more special this year because I had like cinematics and that type of stuff, but I wanted to be able to interact more, and that's where like the first project comes in mind. I don't know if you can go up to the first one, and because I feel like clients really want to interact with projects nowadays, so I wanted to at least be able to change colors on the walls and floors and give like the client really free hands to discover the project. I mean, you can always like swap up other things, but for me it was enough because I wanted to keep the quality in a good way as well. So I redid the car configurator thing from Epic. They have like a template, so I did it to our archviz project instead. So yeah.
Thank you. Adam, something I'm quite interested in. What can you imagine, or who would you imagine your client base would be for a project like this? Because as you said, it's incredibly interactive. Like I could almost see myself designing a home in it or something. Who would be your client base?
I mean, it's mostly like new built, like real estate, where they want to build something new, like be able to sell apartments and houses before they have been built. I think that's the most important. And I mean, my goal is to speed up these things. So it's mostly for like real estate, but I mean, it's you can do it in other industries as well, and this is just an example of what you can do. There's so many things you can do, but of course I got some other ideas in with which clients can use it, and
No, you've done a fantastic job. So in terms of Unreal Engine, I mean, that's certainly up and coming in this field of work, and as well as like many fields of work. It's really, really coming up now. Can you tell me a little bit about your use of Unreal Engine and what inspired you to use that for this project?
Yeah, so I have never used offline renders before because I was in a game school. we were working with our own engines, and we had like our own programmers who built everything by themselves. And when I started to use Unreal Engine like in the middle of my portfolio launch in the school. So, and I remember my teacher Johannes said to me, like, if you want to still work in the game industry, I think you should focus on Unreal Engine. And I was like, maybe I want in the future, I don't know. And like I just think Unreal Engine was the best choice for me because it's moving there, and like yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't see like V-Ray and Corona and everything, like all offline renders is really good, and they will still be used like for a long time. Like you can reach other quality that you can't reach in Unreal. Like I think I see them as different tools, and for me Unreal Engine was the right one for me.
No, it certainly like meets your needs and fits all the boxes in terms of what you're trying to achieve. So what would you like if you had some advice to next year's archviz students coming up and entering? What would that be?
I think like don't compare yourself too much with other artists. Like in the beginning, it's important to just like learn every day or every week, spending time on actually learning something, and try to find your own like focus in which type of areas you want to develop in. Like for me, it was automotive and archviz, and I think like doing more stuff than that can be a bit complicated. So once you like feel you're ready to focus on something, I think it's just about hard work. Like if you spend amount of time, you'll reach your goals. So and of course, like
sort of persistence, isn't it? Keep going.
Yeah, get inspired by the industry. I think is also very focused, like important. I mean, it's
fantastic
just
advice,
hard
Adam.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned that the Rookies has helped you out with some branding. Was there anything else, or if you could elaborate on that a little bit, how has the Rookies helped you launch your career?
I think like the main thing was about having a deadline in mind, because often when you're doing personal projects, you can be a bit lazy because you have so much time, and when you have a deadline, you're working against something. It's like a real project, and I think that's the most important to have. Like, and then also you get so much free branding stuff. Like I see a lot of people just doing amazing projects, and they're very good and skilled and everything, but they can't do branding. And I mean, that's okay. Like you can hire someone else or talk with someone else that is very good at branding. And like if you can't share your work and get them out, you'll not get any jobs. So that was like something for me, like it was just a win-win, like doing projects for myself, creating branding stuff, and get it discovered by the Rookies community. I think it was enough for me. So yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it helped you out, and so glad that you decided to come back for a third round and took the winning title.
Yeah, and I had to win. No, but it was not always all about winning. Like I didn't believe I was going to win the last year, but yeah, it's more about doing something else.
So Adam, I've been really excited for you to share your screen and to give the audience a little bit of behind the scenes, little bit of show us some content behind the scenes of your entry. Are you able to share your screen and talk through some things?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let me know when you can see.
Yep, I've got it up.
Yeah, so this is the like interactive apartment I did. it's like pretty small, but I mean it's have enough things to focus on, and I think that's something you need to choose when you're starting a new project, like how big is the project, and yeah, less is more. So let me play this actually. So I don't know if you can hear the sound. I guess not, but
I can turn sound on.
I mean, it
I
doesn't
think
matter
you have
too
to
much.
turn
It's
the
okay.
sound. What was that?
Yeah, you won't hear too much, so it's okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we like decided to create this window with the like sea view, and I've been seeing a lot of like static images before, so I just put out a movable video, and I think it do something more like feeling a bit more alive,
That's
and
what I
also
like.
put some birds. I mean, right now they're just idling, so it looks a bit weird, but for the cinematics, they only show up one time. So, and also like I have sound coming from the window, so you can like when I turn left, you can hear the sound coming from right. I mean, it just makes it a bit more alive. And then like, let's see. Yeah, I made some autofocus thing. This is supposed to be running on like a tablet or something. And then like the interactive stuff I did was like for the kitchen, just basic stuff, changing materials on different parts, so the client can be able to choose their own one. Same with the floor. Because I mean there's so many things you can do with a project. You don't just need to have one type of thing. So this is a great way to show. And we have so same here, like the movable.
Are they your own photographs that you've taken?
No, they're not. I think they are from Pexel. I try to actually like before in school we had to do everything by ourselves. Now I try to work more smart and use stuff that is already done.
100%. I mean, you're building so many things, and like
Yeah,
you have to work from a library. You couldn't build, otherwise it just wouldn't be viable, right?
exactly. So then I have like you're able to take like choose different kind of cameras as well. I mean, this is like pretty basic stuff, but you can still like change colors. This just makes it a bit more simple for the clients to interact if they don't have any 3D background. And then you can go back to free mode, and also you can play up the let me see, you can play the video. So this is the video from the YouTube we showed you in the beginning, and like I can pause the video and change stuff in same time as well if I want.
That's lovely. How much of this would you say you sourced from a library?
I think like for this project, like I downloaded the whole like apartment because I want to focus on interactive stuff. But so everything you see is like downloaded in this scene. But if you compare to like the 600C apartments, I've built everything, mostly of it. I mean, there's always when you start building on a Unreal project, you need to go in and fix the UV mapping and fix all models because they all messy. It's more like it's more work in that case.
Oh, I can imagine. And are you building up your textures and shaders? Because I imagine if you're redoing the UDIMs and everything, you'd have to remake the textures, I assume?
Yeah, exactly. Like I've tried before to reuse them, but in the end, it's just easier for me to use physical-based materials.
Yeah.
So I mostly use Quixel materials. I think they're really good and they are free as well. And also I use a lot of materials from Epic Games, like their own store, marketplace, and sometimes Substance as well. But I mean, I think it's like enough to just have a few of them. You don't need all of them. Like you can create so many. For example, let's see, this marble table. I can, you can do so many things. Like
you can edit it in the engine.
Yeah, so you don't just need like one material for each one.
And I mean, you could do all kinds of different things. Like you've done a few in case of like interactivity. I can see the couch changes color and stuff like that. But really, like there's so much you could do. Hey, you go nuts.
Yeah, and like for this scene, I like regarding lighting and that type of things. This one is baked lighting. I think it's still the most like powerful way to get the highest quality. But I also sometimes I use direction lights just to have like movable lights, so you can create some nice cinematic shots. For example, if you want to animate the lighting, you can have like a direction light that is not static, so you can use like more a hybrid solution. But yeah, so let's see. This is how detail lighting is looking.
This is the baked lighting.
Yeah, I don't know why I like this one.
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah. So like, it's important to have like good UV mapping for baking lighting, and especially now when like since we got the new we have like we can render with the GPU in Unreal now. Like we have been doing that for a long time, but now we have it integrated in Unreal, so it's more easier for people to start using it. It's very simple. Yeah, I don't know if you have any questions or.
No, that's I think you've answered everything I could ask about it. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's really awesome to see it, see it in person. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and like cinematics. Oops. So here's like my cinematics I created, and
wow.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple here. I just have like some sounds and some like music, and then I have all the shots like separately. So I have a master sequence that I can see the final results in. But I don't render them. I often render them like separately because it's easier, and you get like, I think you get a better quality, and sometimes you need more time on each shot, then you can go back and you can
yeah, wow. Unreal's changed so much since I've used it. It's so much you can do.
The sequencer wasn't that good in the beginning, but now it's starting to get really powerful. And since like we have a thing called movie render queue, which lets you render high resolution videos. And that's very important for the industry because you can render super high quality shots. And of course it takes time, but I mean, it does it pretty fast. So yeah, I think that's
Awesome.
what I got.
What would you say was the most challenging part of this piece?
I think, let me see. I think like the most challenging thing is, I think you need to spend a lot of time on planning in the beginning, because if you do a lot of, if you do the first job very good, everything will be run smoothly. So I think that was a bit challenging because you need to get all the information in and make sure you have everything to do the project in like 4 or 3 weeks or something. And then sometimes also like the lighting is a bit tricky because I mean every scene is unique and you need to match it as good as possible. But it's hard to say. There are so many different stuff that is complicated sometimes, but you have a good community, so you can ask them. And also that's some of my advice for other artists to join communities and Discord servers and ask questions, because that's how you learn fast. Instead of exploring everything by yourself, you can just ask people. And yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like, I can't express how valuable it is working in the industry. And, you know, if you got a question, you can just turn to someone in that department and just say, hey, how do you do this? Like, it's one of the main reasons I advocate going to a school rather than learning by yourself, because, you know, like networking and getting to know people and, you know, like bouncing off of each other is so important. It's great to hear that you're giving that advice to people.
Yeah, and especially like LinkedIn, like use LinkedIn is very important as well, because if you want to connect, like now when everyone is working remotely, it's a very good way of getting talk with other people. So I highly recommend use LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah. No, LinkedIn is, I advocate that as well to all of my students because, well, yeah, like with COVID and everything, living in a digital world, we don't get to go to those networking events as much anymore. So it's so important.
Yeah, I mean, the people is your work. So if you find people who is interesting and like you can know so many people in different cities and countries, and maybe like in the future you want to move to London or whatever, and you have a connection there, you can just talk. So yeah, it's good.
100%. So what does your future look like for you? Like, where can you envision taking your business?
So I still want to work, like I want to be able to work from anywhere. I think that's the main goal for me. I mean, right now I'm in Spain, so it's pretty nice to travel a bit in the same time. But I'm working on creating courses for people. That will be like my second brand I'm creating. So I'm in the middle of creating my second brand. So I will release some courses like in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Where people can learn Unreal Engine and so like, and also I'm looking for people that want to work with me and create projects and support. So I think that will be my focus the next couple of months. I mean, just do the things I enjoy and have fun. I think it's the most important, and then everything else will come. Yeah,
that's fantastic. That's fantastic advice, and I'm glad to hear that you're you know, looking into holidaying and seeing the world as well. Like, I think that's really important, and it probably help you with your architecture. Just help you with your imagination, being able to, you know, go around.
Yeah, I mean, you need some.
You know?
Yeah, you need some breaks sometimes. I was stuck in like really working very hard for a long time, and I mean, changing environment can give your creative mind a bit help. So, and also like be able to work from anywhere, like that's the new thing. And I also wanted to make sure like the pipeline is running good, and like if I can work from Spain and connect to my computer in Sweden, then other people can do it as well, and just makes more sense. So I wanted to make sure it worked good, and I mean the weather is better in Spain. So.
Oh, that's incredible. I've often thought about, where this industry is going, and whether or not, like whether we can eventually just pick up and, go to another country on holiday, yet work remote at the same time instead of having to take annual leave and things like that. I think it would be really cool if that became the norm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's depending on which kind of person you is. Like some people like to work at the office and some people want to work for themselves. But at least you have the choice, and I think that's fantastic.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you've built something, or it sounds like you've really built something that works for you and works for your lifestyle. And like it's often really hard, joining a company because you don't get to do all of those cool things, and obviously a huge amount of work that you've had to put into that to create that for yourself. But sounds like you're quite successful. So I wish you.
Yeah, it's only the beginning.
I honestly, I wish you all the best, Adam, and I really hope that you're able to grow your industry or grow your business into whatever you hope for it to be.
Thank you, Christina.
Oh, that's all right. I reckon we'll wrap up there for tonight. But yeah, so thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see everything and, learn about your journey and hear from you. So as always, if you need any help or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us because we're here for that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
No worries. All right. Thanks everyone for joining, and see you next week. See you, Adam. Thank you.
Bye.